Alright, welcome back to Shadow Empires. We are about to start our game on Zivisis 4, and I went through the planet generation in the previous video if that interests you. If not, because I don't think it's everybody's cup of tea, it certainly isn't mine. This is the video you skip to start. Alright, and here's our loading screen. Here we are going to pick our name and things like that, so we'll be the Wade Star Empire. Okay, we will change our title to Captain. Alright, we're not as pretentious as Gaddafi. Well, let's see. Vertical primary colors will be our channel colors. That's basically your flag color or unit color. You want this one to be the more muted of the two colors I found. You don't want this to be blasting your eyes. I like this one. I guess that's the one I'm going to take. Yep. Okay. Great cities were destroyed in the Dissolution War. We've been reduced to a dark age. Here we're going to get to select our starting profile, and this is going to affect some of the basic perks you're going to get in the game. But all of this will change over time. Like, even though I may pick Enforcement to start with, we may end up having a very low Enforcement profile as the game evolves. And then this is flavor text. I'm going to comment on the artwork of this game at this point. The artwork is, in some places, exceptionally bad. Like, this is 90s level, like, you know, the first version of, what was it? Not Fallout. What's that game? It's the Steam game. Come on, Gordon Freeman. Anyway, it's like, you could go onto DeviantArt and somebody would give you this for free, and it would be better. And like, or get the illustrator from Star Sector to do it. Anyway, I just like, yeah, the art doesn't help this game any. And I think it's an easy thing to fix. All right, let's see. We're gonna go with Enforcement. So we shot anyone who protested starvation. Let's see. The predecessor entity of our union managed to knit together tight groups, and we made them. We want to beat them with our fist. They did many great deeds that inspired awe and loyalty. Around the time your father was born, a rebellion took place. It was a rebellion against the softness and indecision of. I like taking autocracy, but autocracy is pretty easy to raise. Let's be social justice warriors against the corruption and lack of progress. Meritocracy. Right. Like, this is a nice background. This looks beautiful. You know what I mean? Like, I like looking at that picture. I do not like looking at that boardroom picture. It's just like, this is just silliness. Alright. 2 decisions, 49 reports. Here we go. Another one. It's like, the background here is fine, but the foreground, like, this just, it looks janky. Alright. The previous captain is now buried. Like, and anyway. Alright. You were the captain of the Wade Star Empire. Yay. A new zeitgeist wanders through the land. Yay. Here, this first screen you're going to see, these are cards that you're picking up. Now, we aren't playing any of these cards. We're getting these cards and we'll get to use them. I'm going to be using them right away. These are just the second page of cards that you got. Okay. Here is your initial decisions to make. This is kind of where I determine, like, who do I want to improve my relations with? I'm going to probably pick these two guys. He is my advisor. I don't care about command council. He's pretty important to be on the good side of. Most important is to be on the good side of your secretary, because you have absolutely no way to really directly influence what he thinks of you other than these events. So that's just a pro tip. Kind of want to actually go with Merciless. Let's go ahead and boost our fist score here. So what that's doing is it's boosting these different profile values, and the key is you kind of want them to be over 40 so that you can start getting perks from them, and I'll show you that in a sec. But in our case, we're going to boost it above 50. So like every 10 points above 40, you get to the next tier of possible bonuses. We're going to take Hard Merciless, and I'll show you what that implication means. This one is picking your organization. Like I said, we started only with the Supreme Council, and this is where you get to add these for political points. They start out very cheap. Every time you pick one, it kind of ramps up the price, and then if you choose not to pick one, the price actually goes back down. I'm going to take a second here to look at our map before we choose what to start with. Alright, welcome to command. We're in danger. Yep. Looks like a cold planet. We're down on the poles. This Hicks right here is an unknown enemy unit. The color indicates to me that it's in Indy. That's too bad. Here's the management screen with our assets. This is everything that's in our starting city, but this shows you everything in all cities and rural areas everywhere. Next, we want to go to profile. So we just boosted our profile with that first one, that first selection. It's over 40 on meritocracy, so we can potentially get recruit talent. This is good for getting good leaders. Enforcement is still 48, so we're only going to get a chance of getting military police. These guys will spawn randomly in different of your units. Randomly may not be the right word, but it may just be random to me because I don't understand the mechanic, but I think it's just kind of random. They show up in your battalions and stuff. Emergency tax, militia enthusiasm. These are fine. These are fine. Honestly, gift to faction, private investment is a good one to get too. Commerce, bureaucracy is another good one to get. These are kind of the ones I actually might recommend over autocracy. Well, we didn't take autocracy, but I do like the bunker busters. These guys are really great to get spawned in your units. All right, we got volunteerism. And we might be able to get the People's Hero, who's pretty cool. Now, these percentages are saying to us, your nation does not have this regime feat. You have a 20% chance every turn to gain it. That's why we took this up here and took it at a high level, is that we are going to start to get a chance to get these. And then there's a maximum, I'm looking for where it says it, 10% chance every turn to get it. There's a minimum. I thought there was a minimum turn. Unlocks. I'm looking. Until round 20. Okay. Anyway, but that's what it means. So the higher we get this boosted up here, we unlock tiers where we get a chance to get it. Like, we don't have a chance to even get a Spirit to Corpse. And this one we have a 10% chance every turn to unlock this. Once it gets unlocked, then you can be like, well, you know what? I'm just going to switch over to a different profile and get the feats over there. Okay. So that's that. Here's our map. The first thing I kind of want to do is explore a little bit and see what we can find. These are roads, so I'm going to take my transports on the roads. These are what I'm talking about in your units. These are our actual fighting troops, but you can actually get those special ops. So like you saw the People's Hero, like he can pop up down here. And then what I was talking about with the priests, and why I'm not playing them, is they can show up down here in the units area, and you get these cards. You click on the card, you select your unit, which, like I said, it takes a lot of time, and you get so many priests. It's like, I'm just not going to deal with it. Okay, one of the first things it's going to do is like, so here's the cards. You saw us get these cards, right, at the beginning of the game. Some of them you start with automatically, like we have Radiation Leak here. This gives us feat points, fate points, sorry, which are special abilities to play these cards. Like Ancient Archive just went up extremely costly now. Let's see. Random Zone gets increased danger, but we get 3 fate points. We only have 1 right now, and I want to play the Traveling Teachers. So we're going to go ahead and go to Nation. We're going to play the Radiation Leak. Yeah, again, 40-10, we want 4. We got 26, great. But we did get 3 fate points. Next, we're going to go to our zone, click on the card. There's going to be different targets based on what type of card it is. So Traveling Teachers targets a zone. We go to target, we click on our little tiny zone over here, and we execute the stratagem. I'll show you what's going to show up too. So here, if you click over to Halcyon, I'm going to go to Assets. These are the assets. I'm going to click a Hex. These are the assets in our city, so take note of what it is right now. We go back here, we're going to execute this stratagem, and now we have a school. Now, what did the school add for us? Click on it. Adds 50 quality of life education points, so that's going to make our populace more happy over time. We'll get into that in a bit. So that's the first thing I wanted to do. Next, let's move our little truck along the road, see if we find anything good. Certainly there's no farming, so may not have been the best choice for a Siwa class planet. Alright, we got another road over here. Let's go explore it. Nothing. Okay. Militia, you're gonna go and apparently not be able to claim. Okay, yeah, because this guy's got control over it. Here's the little town. These are kind of like Goody Huts and Civ, except that like the first person who lands on it doesn't take it away or take it off the map. There's more to it than just that too, but anyway. You're gonna stay behind, I guess. Boy, this terrain doesn't want to let me move on it. We'll see if we can deal with these indies. This guy, is there much point in even having you travel along these roads? We don't want to expand too much, is my feeling, because then we'll just prompt other factions to want to fight with us. So that's our units. These are all militia. It's kind of risky leaving nothing in our town, but if you're in a pinch, this is your Supreme headquarters. This is where you go to replenish your troops, and the reason I'm bringing that up now is that if, like me, you just moved a bunch of guys out, but like you have an OS moment where it's like somebody's about to like invade my city and take it over, you can go here to replenish your troops and put stuff in your city. So if I put soldiers at arms, we'll just do like one, why not? There's another reason to do this. So if I produce this guy, it costs this amount. This is how much is available in the SHQ inventory. That's our inventory over here. We're gonna have just added now 100 troops to our SHQ. If I can find it, please. Did I not add it yet? Maybe they don't show up yet. Maybe they don't show up yet. Or maybe I'm wrong. They should show up down here. We'll see what happens the next turn, okay? Maybe I'm wrong. There should be machine guns in there. Oh, there they are. There they are. So now they showed up here. So I have this defending this hex now. Okay. We always start with a water resource here. Don't make the mistake I did and build on it. You don't need to. The private sector will do that for you. I'll come back to that in a sec, but basically if you go to Halkin here, you can see that these guys are making light industry. Eventually they'll make a water farm, a water mining community out here, and so just don't bother with it. No matter what planet you're on, you always get water next to you. Let's see, what else do I want to cover? It's time to pick our council. Well, we don't have any resources, for one thing, and we don't have a way to farm either, which is making me want to lean towards getting economic council to start off with. If, alternatively, we had had ruins next to us, we could build a scavenging camp, and then I wouldn't be as pressed on trying to find a way to get more resources. But yeah, economic council might, it's kind of a gamble if you take this too. You get the economic council and then you can do prospecting, and then it can turn out to like, oh wait, there's actually nothing in my territory. You can like go for miles and miles without finding anything in your territory. So it's a gamble. Let's see, Applied Science Council, you do not want to take this because I believe it's a noob trap. If you go over here to your tech, these are the things that different councils unlock. So military is the MI, EC is the economics, AP is your applied sciences. As you can see, the applied sciences are on tier 2, and I don't think you can access tier 2 until you get all of this basic tech researched. So if you take the applied sciences council, I don't think you get anything out of it. Don't do it. Staff council, no. Foreign affairs, obviously no. These are the three that I often will consider. I like taking model and military research. I also think interior council can be very good. We're going to go ahead and do interior council. I think this is actually a strong start for veterans. If you're doing this for the first time, I would recommend doing economic, maybe. Yeah, maybe economic. Let's make things difficult for ourselves and pick interior. Well, not difficult, but let's play for the long term and pick interior. I'm pretty sure it's interior. This is going to give us economic cards, which is what we want, because then we can start bolstering our leaders, getting good stuff. So we're going to pick the Interior Council. Okay. That's the end of our decisions. Guys, I'm going to put a cut in here. That's just our turn 1 moves, and I'll come back and talk about some more stuff that needs to be covered, which is going to be our different views. Okay. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Till then, bye-bye.